Hopefully by now we are all familiar with the psychotic, unedited footage of a bear. It was that video we watched where it started out with, in fact, unedited footage of a bear. But then it quickly took a turn for the absolute worst. We all of a sudden got this mentally deranged sinus infection medicine commercial. I think it was called Claradrill or something like that, dude. And apparently it creates a clone that kills you and takes control of your household or some shit, bro. I'm still so confused on what the fuck I watched, bro. One of the most confusing and also psychotic horror videos I think ever to have existed, bro. So this time, our good pal Nightmind, our favorite mind, Nightmind, is here to explain exactly what the fuck it is that we watched, dude. So without any further ado, unedited footage of a bear explained, both the video and the website. Oh, because the commercial itself wasn't enough. They had to create a whole fucking website, send you on a whole journey to the center of the earth or some shit, bro. See, now this makes me feel a little bit better. Shout out the dog. Shout out that dog, bro. All my homies love dogs.
I used to swing over those rocks. Took some foolish risks as a teenager. But I was still taking a foolish risk with my cholesterol. Anyone with high cholesterol may be at increased risk of heart attack. Diet and exercise weren't enough for me. I stopped kidding myself. I've been eating healthier, exercising more.
Have I been drugged?
I'm also taking...
Some people have had changes in behavior, hostility, agitation,
Am I hallucinating?
Thoughts or actions while taking or after stopping.
It's simple physics. A body at rest tends to stay at rest, while a body in motion tends to stay in motion.
I think my mom might have put Claradrill in my oatmeal, bro. What is happening?
I was born with allergies. I really needed something made just for allergies. So I got chlortrimetine, 100% allergy medicine. It gives allergies the treatment they deserve. Take chlortrimetine, 100% allergy medicine.
More suicides than reported by the FDA, not to mention some of the side effects like mania, nervousness, and paranoia. The list just goes on.
Increasingly, it seems, pharmaceutical companies can get drugs on the market which haven't been shown to work and which have been claimed to be safe and effective when they aren't.
Oh, this is about money. This is not about science.
The pharmaceutical industry has systematically
sweating, psychosis, and hostility.
The bottom line,
it's like me when I wake up in the morning.
What these drugs are doing in real live human beings. When you look at all of the documents, you see a pattern of misleading doctors who then unwittingly mislead patients. This is a betrayal of the public trust in physicians behind the scenes by the industry, and it must stop.
I don't know what he's talking about, but he's probably spitting. Bro, just run. What are you doing? Ooh.
Welcome back to Nightmind, friends. You're just in time to catch the second half of our very first double feature presentation. If you haven't seen part 1, click here to visit that first, then come back and join us in Theater 2. In our previous discussion, we explored the meaning and story behind Alan Tutorial, the YouTube metafiction series created by Alan Resnick, a performance artist whose first major work was seen on Adult Swim in December of 2013 during the infomercials block. Adult Swim's infomercials air during the 4 a.m. time slot and usually go unannounced except for the online schedule. Even then, very little information is given about the contents of the infomercials block, and for good reason. Infomercials is usually a surprise series of short parodies taking on, you guessed it, infomercials. The fake ads usually have a blend of comedy and horror that leave lasting impressions on their viewers.
Right.
Recently, Adult Swim began slipping secret
Lasting impression is an understatement. I'm still emotionally scarred in fighting fucking demons, dude. And this robot is not helping, bro. Y'all know how I feel about robots.
Into the time block for infomercials, resulting in an experience that disturbs and horrifies late-night viewers in a truly awesome way. The most recent creation comes in the form of a short film titled Unedited Footage of a Bear. For those of you who haven't yet seen it, here's your chance to view the film before we begin on the official Adult Swim channel.
You gonna make me watch it again? You want me to relive my traumatic experience, bro? This is like going to your therapist and then they bring in your ex, bro. Like, you really want me to go down this road again?
Which I highly advise. In December of 2014, 4 a.m. time slot viewers were greeted with footage of a wild bear that was supposedly filmed with a cell phone. We can hear the person recording talking about the size of the bear before the screen suddenly fades and is taken over by a YouTube advertisement on television. It's an ad for Claridril, an allergy medication featuring a mother and her 2 children. Claridril's healing powers light up her life and the lives of her kids, letting them enjoy time.
Oh, you gonna get lit up, all right.
As the ad progresses, the time in the bottom left corner is actually going up instead of down, and again, this is a YouTube ad on television. We watch the mother embrace her.
I did not fucking notice that, dude!
Children, play with them on a field, and then drive off smiling as the narrator lists the amount of side effects you may experience on Claridril.
Claridril may not be right for everyone. Consult your doctor if symptoms.
If you think your symptoms are in control, you haven't
persist. Some patients experience side effects including dry mouth, dizziness, double vision, reflexive memory, aggression, and fatigue. Do not use if you suffer from high blood pressure or neurological dysfunction. Call your doctor if
trust me, I won't.
Concentrate, stiff muscles.
You ain't gotta worry about my blood pressure.
Do not take Claridril before bed or immediately upon waking up. Insomnia has been reported with Claridril and drugs like it. In some cases,
I'm having flashbacks.
The mother reaches into her glove box where there are several empty boxes of Claridril and an extra bottle. As she continues to drive, you can see there are even more empty boxes and bottles in the back seat of the car. In fact, the boxes and bottles are covering up the seats where her 2 kids would be sitting if they were in the car. Our character drives by a house where emergency services have cordoned off the lawn and a responding officer sits on the curb.
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
There's been a murder here, and the man on the lawn is thrashing around in handcuffs. The mother gets a call on her phone from a woman named Donna, and she's unable to answer as she spots a yellow cardigan in the middle of the road and slams on the brakes.
That's her cardigan, right? And then that's when the fucking...
steps out and approaches slowly as a legal script for the ad continues to play on the bottom of the screen. Yes, it's her yellow cardigan, and it's been thrown away by a clone of herself staring her down from the end of the road. The clone bears down on the woman
fucking demented
in her car and chases her up the street until finally catching her victim. She viciously assaults herself, bloodying her face and taking her keys. The woman in the street watches, horrified as her evil twin puts the van in reverse and speeds backwards, running herself over. And against all odds, our main character is still alive and begins crawling.
I have nightmares to this very day of that dude.
A crossfade into nighttime shows us she's still trying to make it hours later and stops outside of her own house, where the van sits, doors open, and the lights in the living room are clearly on. She's too late to reach her kids. Dark primal music begins to play in the background, a song called Sermon by the band Ed Schrader's Music Beat. The fate of her children is confirmed in the next scene where the 2 kids run downstairs to a pile of presents. The evil twin explodes out from behind, looking like a monster, and we get more legal notes on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, sexual and gambling urges.
Representation in the kitchen where the
What'd you say?
gets her attention. She turns to it, making it on. She's too late to presents. The evil twin explodes out from behind, looking like a monster, and we get more legal notes on the bottom of the screen. We cut to a scene of the same woman, now a third representation in the kitchen.
A third representation. Yeah, this is when she starts screaming like at Donna or some shit, bro. What'd Donna do?
Turns to it mechanically, and her movements are not only robotic as she picks up the phone, but blurred as if trying to move at super speed, but keeping the same kind of pace normal speed would achieve. The woman hears the primal music playing through the phone, but no voice.
Donna?
Inside the house, the evil twin walks around in the mother's clothes and defaces family portraits using a blue marker to scribble on the faces of the children. The scene is intercut
Right,
with
like the
shots of her
textbook.
emotionally torturing
Page
the kids
12.
as they sit back to back in an ottoman, depressing the son and making the daughter cry. The evil twin goes to draw on the final picture, but stops and instead mocks the pose the cheerleader is making while we see more legal writing. The children are seen opening a closet and finding what could very well be a fourth version of the same woman in a dress, while our original character keeps crawling to the front steps of the house. The haggard mechanical clone from the kitchen yells into the phone, asking for Donna in a panicked tone. As the children lay in bed playing games, the evil
Dude, that
twin
one was
stares at them
that part was
crouched over the
fucking
window, and we
weird.
witness a version of our main character wearing different clothes walking outside while the evil twin continues to torment her children. The character outside stares down a set of 2 small white chairs next to 2 larger ones while the clerical ad music plays in a muffled tone. The haggard woman is screaming into the phone now for Donna to answer as the evil twin continues her tirade over the kids, and we cut to yet another woman in the basement wearing a black cocktail dress and makeup. She leans into the wall and
Dude,
whispers,
you're just bringing back all of my bad memories. Like, this is just hurting me even more.
The woman then breaks into hysterics on the verge of sobbing, then shakes it off, followed by the mechanical, worn version continuing to scream in panic for Donna on the phone. Finally, we move outside at night where our original character has made it to the steps, but she's much too late. Flashing red and blue lights cover the scene, gaining on her and growing brighter. As emergency services pull up and surround the house, there's only one thing she has to say.
I don't have a gun.
The credits roll, and lo and behold, directed by Alan Resnick
And
Ben
tears.
O'Brien, and under the writing credits,
Violent sobbing.
Now, before we begin dissecting this, I'll deliver on that promise from earlier to show you the tie-down between this and Alan's tutorial.
Okay.
Remember the main character's moment shooting the chairs outside with her hand as a gun?
Right.
Let me show you some footage from Alan's tutorial I've been saving until now.
Oh. Just for me?
Guess what, you guys?
Bro, these are the people... Dude, these are the people that be donating to e-girls on Twitch asking for feet pics.
Got some good news.
If y'all put them toes away...
One of my favorite kinds of tutorials is gonna...
So, with that signature of Alan's out of the way, let's proceed to tackle this beast. Right after we finish the other half of the story. Because no, we're far from done with this monster.
What do you mean?
During the video's beginning ad for Claridrill, we see a link for claridrill.com. Type in the address and it will take you to an actual site for the product.
Okay.
None of the links actually work. Instead, clicking on them makes the lower menu of links fly away, and clicking a link on the top will bring them back, only for you to send them off again. The whole time you're here, the site will fade in and out, blurring text and sharpening it in intervals while also flipping it around. The pink background slowly fades as well in chunks, revealing a dark gray slate with ASCII text images on the bottom that resemble 2 women. Clicking links repeatedly will cause the site with ASCII text images on the bottom
that resemble 2 women. Where? I'm trying to see some ass. Where? 2 women. I don't see no women.
resemble 2 women.
Where the bitches
Clicking
at?
links repeatedly will cause the site to start shifting over to the side, and the menu bar will go right along with it, swallowing your options for new pages and leaving you stranded. And if you stay on the site for too long, the bottle of Claridrill will begin to grow.
What?
Nothing you click makes it go away, and it just gets bigger and bigger.
This
until
is
it swallows
fucking
the screen
weird.
and destroys everything, leaving only the gray slate background and one final image, a tiny running pixel icon of the evil clone. As disturbing as the site is, there is far more to it. Do you see the tab House on the top menu bar? Clicking on it does nothing because it's only meant as a clue. Click on the image of the house in the background and you can bring it forward. Keep clicking to bring the house right to you until it's suddenly the only thing the website contains. This is when the music changes and you can actually explore the house seen in the film.
Oh my god!
Plays as you step up to the inside and enter. Inside the first room is a pile of presents and
dude, this is fucking dope! What the fuck is this? Why didn't I know about this?
It creates an inventory bar where the present is stored. Going in and around the house, you can find the room where the evil twin drew on all the pictures, and you can help her out with a blue marker of your own. In the backyard, heading over to the 4 chairs lets you take control of the gun, and you can put down the 4th chair yourself.
Dude, this is crazy.
On the opposite side of the lawn, there's a patch of leaves that can be turned into a hole by clicking, and then you can take the present, drop it inside, and...
What? No? My bad, chat.
On the opposite side of the lawn, there's a patch of leaves that can be turned into a hole by clicking, and then you can take the present, drop it inside, and bury it. Going upstairs, you can find the girl's bedroom, and if you remember from the video...
Is this dealing with the homicide? Remember there was that homicide at the beginning? And then she went, and then the chair fell. Now we're burying things? Is this
inside of the closet...
Am I an accomplice? Am I harboring a fugitive? Am I legally liable for the damages of this crime?
We saw yet another version of our main character. Open the closet now, and you get a hand. A hand coming out of the wall. You can get close, but you can't interact with it. Downstairs, you can find the son's bedroom, and clicking on the window in the wall to your left brings you outside.
Why does he have 2 beds?
Position the evil twins watch the kids from. Go back downstairs to explore the rest of the basement, and you'll find where our main character stood in her cocktail dress, along with another hand and a man's head buried
what
in
the fuck?
Again, you can get close, but you cannot interact.
His hairline's fucked, dude, but...
the movements you can make in the house, because I highly encourage exploring yourself if you're feeling brave, and we have just gone over what's needed for explanation.
I'm good. I'm good. I think I've seen there's all there is to see. I'm good.
Do feel free to visit the site and check out the house for yourself. I'll leave the link in the description below. But before you do go check that out, let's take a quick look behind the curtain of the site, shall we?
What?
Right-click, view page source, scroll down, and... Whoa. And what's that, a link?
Huh?
Click on the YouTube icon in the bottom right corner and it takes you to a channel with an indecipherable username and one other clip. The same video we've just seen, but with a clone in the background that becomes much more visible while the foreground image blurs even more intensely.
Why is this so complicated?
Are you thoroughly shaken up yet? Good. Let's get out of here and start making sense of this commercial from hell.
Please. Please, let's do it, bro. Who is that guy, bro? He doesn't look like he's doing too good, bro. He seems like he needs some form of medical attention, bro. This whole website is psychotic, just as psychotic as the video, bro. I do not feel like going on a house tour. Like this is MTV Cribs of a homicide scene, bro.
Really takes to
I don't like this.
The concept of what we're seeing. Drugs are bad.
Right.
We start off with a soothing image of nature, just some unedited footage of a bear, and we're suddenly pushed into an ad for allergy medication that is counting up in time instead of counting down. Not to mention this ad is for YouTube with the skip ad option. Both of these components of the opening are meant to underline the concept that what you're watching is wrong. This ad should not be on television, it should be on YouTube. It should not be counting up, it should be counting down. It's performing the exact opposite of what it's meant to be doing, which is the core message we're about to explore.
Oh, shit.
Making a person's life better and the need a person would have for it are the complete opposite of reality and what is supposed to be. You do not need prescription medications like these, and they will not improve your life to the point of lighting up your entire world. Clairagil needs you to believe that, though. Look how happy the single mother just became despite her allergies.
Bro, he's spitting like Shakespeare, dude. That's crazy. He's straight edge gang, bro. He don't need no damn pills. Get them perk 30s out the way. I'd rather have me some Tic Tacs, dude. That's kind of hard.
You to believe that, though. Look how happy the single mother just became despite her allergies. Suddenly, she's playing in the field with her kids, running around, smiling so genuinely that you have to trust it works. It's okay that the narrator keeps listing off dozens of harmful and potentially fatal side effects if it makes you feel this good, doesn't it?
Dude, that's what I said, bro. That's what I said when we watched this original one, bro. Like, these pills, this medicine, it's supposed to make you feel better. It's supposed to help you improve your life, make you feel better so you can do things that you can't usually do, right? But then, oh yeah, you've got hair loss, you've got hair growth in places it shouldn't grow, you get saggy skin, right? You can get like AIDS, you can get like fucking hepatitis, you know what I'm saying, balding, all kinds of fucking shit, bro. You know what I'm saying, high blood pressure, cholesterol, and possibly even death, dude.
Don't risk another minute. Take Claradrel and take life in your hands.
Did you hear that? Take life in your hands. Take back control. That's what it's all about for this woman, isn't it? Let's hear her reasons for taking Claradrel again.
Sometimes being a mom is like having to be in two places at once.
Mom! Hey, Mom! Mom!
Oh my god!
Mom! Mom!
That's when I stand my ground. With Claradrel.
She doesn't even... It ain't even got nothing to do with the cold! I didn't even catch that! Dude, this is Dude. Why are you doing this to me?
You can see she's sneezing and appears to be experiencing common allergies in the beginning of the clip. But is that what's really being treated?
It's because she can't be in two spots!
And the appearance of the commercial certainly makes it seem so, doesn't it? She's outside the entire time with her kids, exposed to the elements. Everything is growing, there are flowers and a breeze. But the way she talks, her reasons for taking Claradrel, it's not allergies. It sounds more like stress and feeling overwhelmed. Her world is dark, gray, and lifeless, and suddenly Claradrel is introduced and the world lights up. Have we seen anything like this before?
I'm taking an antidepressant, but it feels like I need some more help.
Approximately 2 out of 3 people being treated for depression still have unresolved symptoms. If your antidepressant alone isn't enough, talk to your doctor. One option he may consider is adding approved to treat depression in adults when added to an antidepressant. Learn more about...
Oh, is this an actual commercial and he just like edited it? I was like, wait, bro, let me find out.
If your depression worsens or you have unusual changes in mood, behavior, or thoughts of suicide, antidepressants can increase these in children.
Yeah, it looks like it's an actual thing.
Taking an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor if you have high fever, stiff muscles, and confusion, as these may be signs of a life-threatening reaction. Or uncontrollable muscle movements, as these could become permanent. High blood sugar has been reported with medicines like it. In some cases, extreme high blood sugar can lead to coma or death.
Yeah, see?
Dizziness upon standing.
Yeah, you won't be depressed anymore, but you might potentially end up in a fucking coma. Can't be depressed if you're in a coma, you know what I'm saying?
Decreases in white blood cells, which can be serious. Seizures, impaired judgment or motor skills, or trouble swallowing.
Can't be depressed if you're dead.
Talk to your doctor about the risks and benefits of adding. Visit treatment.com.
Listen to those side effects. Now, compare them to the side effects we've been hearing from unedited footage of a bear, and we have a match for the tone and the look of the commercial.
Some patients experience side effects including dry mouth, dizziness, double vision, reflexive memory, aggression, and fatigue. Do not use if you suffer from high blood pressure or neurological dysfunction. Call your doctor if you experience an inability to concentrate, stiff muscles, sores, or trouble walking. Do not take Claradrel before bed or immediately upon waking up.
Allergy medications do not produce side effects like these. In fact, let's pull up a popular allergy
Oh my
medication video
God!
just for listing possible side effects as a reference.
It's important to understand that serious side effects are rare with...
Hey, mommy!
However, like all medicines, can cause side effects in some people. Here are some side effects that have been reported with and what to do...
Flonase! I got y'all! You ain't slick! Flonase!
An allergic reaction to the product with sudden swelling of face or tongue, a rash...
I'm Vic's gang. Quit blaming me.
Stop using and see a doctor right away. If you experience a nose injury with severe or frequent nosebleeds, if you experience a constant whistling sound that does not go away, have a yearly eye exam to check for eye conditions such as cataracts or glaucoma, which can cause cloudy or reduced vision. Talk to your doctor.
Dude, I'd hate life. A constant ringing that won't go away? Fuck that, dude.
That a child using
Guess I'm never fucking using Flonase. Huh, y'all just lost yourself a customer, and I never bought one, dude, and I never will. Hell no, that pissed me off, dude.
Finally, talk to your doctor or pharmacist if you experience other side effects, such as headaches or sneezing, a bad taste or smell, minor nosebleeds, or a dry or irritated nose or throat.
All the
Now,
COVID
take into account
symptoms.
all the legal warnings that come up during unedited footage of a bear listing possible side effects, and the truth becomes very clear. Use only as directed. Serious neuropsychiatric events including, but not limited to, depression, suicidal ideation, suicide attempt, and completed suicide have been reported in
Yeah, I
patients
remember
taking Claritril.
that.
Tell your doctor if you have high blood pressure or heart disease before you reduce or stop taking Claritril. Advise patients and caregivers that the patient should stop
So Claritril is an antidepressant. That's what you're telling me?
taking Claritril and contact a healthcare provider immediately if agitation, hostility, depressed mood, or changes in behavior or thinking that are not typical for the patient are observed, or if the patient develops suicidal ideation or suicidal behavior. The allergy medication wrapper was a setup. This is a metaphor about antidepressant medications, not generic allergy treatments. Our main character, who, if you haven't already guessed, is named Donna, is a single mother suffering from depression.
She's Donna! Dude! Oh my... Dude! Bro, this makes so much damn sense now. I can't believe it!
If you haven't already guessed, is named Donna, is a single mother suffering from depression. How
That's
do we know
crazy.
She's a single mother other than the absence of a father in the house? There are several clues. When Donna first encounters her evil twin and is
The head in the floor! That's Pops!
mother in the house, there are several clues. When Donna first encounters her evil twin and is chased up the street, we get a good look at the back window of her van. She has a stick figure family attached to the window consisting of one adult and two children, herself and her two kids. When we get to the house, there are only pictures of herself and her kids. No adult male in any of the photographs.
Right.
In the act of shooting the chairs, Donna knocks over one of the large chairs, leaving only three. Again, one adult and two children.
Oh my god.
Finally, the clearest example, but the hardest to catch if you didn't have your speakers turned up. Did you hear what Donna said earlier in the basement while wearing her cocktail dress?
So, anyway, we went out about 2 weeks ago, and I met this great guy. He was awesome.
She met a guy about 2 weeks ago. She is actively dating. Donna is a single mother suffering the same kind of depression a lot of single mothers experience. Hey, remember this one sequence from the opening scenes in the ad?
Mom! Hey, Mom! Mom! Mom!
If any of you have seen The Babadook, you'd know how much this piece relates to the
The
plot of the single mother in that
Babadook!
movie and the torture she experiences trying to raise her son while still grieving for her husband. Both of these mothers are suffering from depression, but only one of them is getting treatment. Donna. However, there's something we need to mention before going further. Actual prescriptions for antidepressant medications do not have commercials. What we see on TV and what's being commented on in this footage are ads for antidepressant support medications that act as multipliers and accelerators. They're for use with existing antidepressant medications that patients feel aren't working strongly enough and are not recommended by doctors. Donna's probably being treated for her condition, but
You're fucking right, dude! You're fucking right, dude! Every time I see an antidepressant commercials, it's always saying to take it with your antidepressants, dude. I'm like, why the fuck? That makes no sense. This is an antidepressant. How the fuck am I gonna take it with itself? That makes no sense.
Enough kick, so
I got
now
it.
she's attempting to hijack
I
the
got it
clinical
now.
process using Claritril and speed things up. And it's working because the amount of empty boxes and bottles in her car reveal that she's an addict. Watch how things happen for her in the car. Everything is bright and sunny, the narrator is speaking, and slowly his voice gets lower and lower until it's just a low buzz on the radio.
And
Donna's
her
face
smile
falls and she starts
drops.
to look slightly upset. That
Yeah.
Claritril high has just worn off. So she reaches into the glove box, gets some more, takes a hit, and what happens next? She rolls past an unforgettable shot. A man being detained outside his house on a crime scene that even brought an officer to tears. We can spot the body bag lying on the driveway, but in the same shot, we can see that the man in handcuffs and the person he's killed are wearing exactly the same
Oh my
suit.
God!
This man in psychotic rage has just killed himself, and judging by all the blood bags being taken out of the house, he has a higher body count indoors. As he's having his psychotic fit, a man in a neon green construction vest, red hat, and sunglasses tears through the scene while all of the figure's eyes are turned away. The only person who would have seen him go through there in this shot are the man being detained and Donna. From here, we know how things spiral out. Donna meets herself, gets taken down, nearly killed, and has her home life destroyed by
But
the
what does it
raging
mean?
clone who torments her children and does something in her time at the house to bring police racing to her door that night as she tries to climb the front steps. The Donna we see on the street without her yellow cardigan and the one who takes over her life, just like all the other Donnas in the film, are the same exact person, but representing different personalities contained in Donna's makeup.
Oh my God, dude. Okay. There it is. There's the punchline, bro. That's what I was waiting for.
Person, but representing different personalities contained in Donna's makeup. This is Donna's addiction. Aggressive, feral, cruel, vindictive. All warnings of severe side effects brought on by Claridrel are alive and well in this duplicate, and the addiction-controlled Donna destroys her family. If torturing her children wasn't enough to show what's happened, her scene in the portrait room gives us a metaphor through literal action. Donna's addiction takes a marker and makes her children blue. Remember, Alan Resnick wrote this, and his code for feeling blue is being sad. Donna's addiction has depressed her children and shattered her relationship with them, and the marker scene is meant to underline that point.
Okay.
What about the picture of the cheerleader, though? Taking a close look at the images inside of the house from Claridrel.com, we can make a startling connection.
What?
The girl in the cheerleader photograph isn't the daughter.
It's
Their faces aren't similar
Donna!
enough, so they do kind of look alike, but that's the point. Donna is the girl in the
That's
cheerleader
the
photograph,
dude,
and Donna's
okay.
personality strikes the same pose, mocking her former self. In fact, that's the same meaning behind the Donna in a dress we see from the closet in the daughter's room. It's an old version of their mother that's been buried, and the dress might be linked to the father. Speaking of the father, would you like to know where he is? We get to see him in the same closet, or part of him at least when we
the
open it ourselves
fucking
on the website.
hand.
That hand reaching out matches the body parts in the basement, trapped in the foundation where Donna wore her cocktail dress and relived a conversation with her doctor about dating again. With
And the basement wasn't finished yet.
most of his body in the floor of the basement and in a wall upstairs, we know the father was the foundation of this house, the main root of the family tree.
Oh, never mind.
In the Babadook, the death of the father is what sends our
I thought she was like, I thought it was about, oh yeah, because she buried him under the concrete slab in the basement. That's what I thought it was. Okay.
The main root of the family tree. In the Babadook, the death of the father is what sends our single mother main character down the spiral of depression, and that very well might be exactly the case in Donna's house. Just like the father's code in the basement from the Babadook, a piece of Donna's husband can be found in the home. And if Donna's mental instability can be traced back to losing her husband, it does explain why the mention of meeting a guy in the basement here gives her a sudden emotional episode nearly resulting in a total breakdown. Donna has to force it away by shaking it off and then pulling herself together. We might also guess that this was the start of her using Claridrel, judging from the conversation with her doctor. The way she begins muttering sounds like she's answering the question, so when did your symptoms start? Donna is experiencing the full throes of addiction due to depression, and it's taken over the lives of her and her children.
Dude, this is insane, bro.
The only hope she has left is the small shred of sanity remaining.
Bro, this is on Adult Swim at 4 o'clock in the morning, dude. Like I said, the only people who are watching this at 4 a.m., bro, they live at their mama's house, they high as hell, stoners, bro. They've got pizza with mozzarella sticks and mac and cheese on top of it, dude. Those are the people who be fucking, they smell like Jack Daniels, bro. Those are the people, those are the people who be fucking watching this, dude. And they went this fucking deep, bro, for a couple of potheads to be mentally tortured. They got this fucking deep, bro. This is insane.
That's exactly what this version of Donna in the kitchen represents. Look how absolutely run down and haggard this Donna looks, how robotic and jerky her movements are, as if she's forcing herself to move. She's been through the addiction cycle before, and Donna's sanity is tired. She cannot take any more of this, or she is going to die. Unfortunately, we've all seen how her arm moves in response to the phone, a motion blur that achieves only normal speed, as if we were watching her react in slow motion. Even then, when she picks up the phone, the only thing she hears is dark, grungy, primal music, and she's still slow to call out her name. Donna's sanity here is also known as the ego of the brain, which is responsible for keeping our conscious minds on the right path when our emotions and bad judgments run rampant. Donna's ego is desperately trying to communicate, but cannot get a message through to the id, the waking conscious part of her mind, which has been completely overrun now by an addiction that's pierced all layers underneath it. The phone call in the van before Donna met her addiction on the road came from her ego, trying to tell her that the kind of behavior she had just exhibited by pulling more medication from the glove box had to stop. Donna didn't pick up the phone and instead came face to face with a resurgence of violent addiction that could not be stopped. The addiction brought every last one of the most evil, aggressive side effects along with it, destroyed Donna, and we know the conclusion to the story based on her final moments on the stairs. I don't have a gun. In the light of flashing red and blue, Donna says she doesn't have a gun twice.
And she shoots the chair with the gun!
Which means those lights belong to the police, not an ambulance. Someone has called 911 about violent activity in her home, and it's taken Donna's conscious sanity hours to crawl back to a place where she might be able to get the upper hand of her addiction and take back control. It's too late now. In the hours spent bleeding and crawling home, Donna's addiction ran its course and did something that brought police to the house. This is why we were shown the psychotic man outside his house earlier on a crime scene. It was an act of foreshadowing. This man is now his addictive personality, and his sanity is in the body bag lying on the pavement. The victims of his rampage are inside the house being taken out by police, and Donna's met the same fate as a result of her own addiction. The man in the construction vest and hat and glasses to hide his facial features running through the scene represents the orchestrator of the catastrophe. Claridgel's manufacturers and pushers who will never be caught or punished due to the actions of their victims.
Oh my
Only the
God!
being detained sees this man. The police don't catch a glimpse, and he's gone in a flash.
Dude!
The worst part is the difference between the man in the brown coat situation and Donna's. Donna's conscious sanity, while badly beaten and
Dude, this is insane, bro. Bro, Night Mind. Somebody give this guy a Nobel Prize, bro. Dude's a genius. Oh my gosh.
of collapse.
It makes so much fucking sense, bro.
Police come. Her addiction has created the same scene as the man we saw earlier, but the part of her that can recognize what she's done is still alive to bear the full weight of reality. Donna's addiction took over her life and mind, and she killed her children, but hadn't gone nearly psychotic enough for the gravity of her actions to miss registering in her brain.
What?
She will
What?
live with the knowledge of what she's done for the rest of her life if she does survive her wounds. No matter how this turns out, Donna will pay the price for living by Claridgel's motto and taking life in her hands.
That's insane, bro.
Now, while this entire short film may be another piece of performance art, meaning it is metaphorical and Donna's murders may just be an incident of hurting her family in a way that requires an intervention, if you do want to take it literally, there have been cases of this happening. In 1987, a woman by the name of Deborah Jenner Tyler stabbed her 3-year-old daughter to death, striking her about 70 times.
What?
She decided that she had been working a lot and was under too much stress, much similar to Donna in unedited footage of a bear. In the same year, a woman named Frances Newton...
I've been stressed! I've been stressed many a times. I'm an adult in America, bro. Every day is stressful, dude. Never once did I ever think of slaughtering an innocent child, bro.
In unedited footage of a bear.
Excuse
me? In the same year, a woman named Frances Newton took a shotgun and murdered her husband, their 7-year-old son, and their 21-month-old daughter. And in 2004, Donna Schlosser was arrested after amputating her 11-month-old daughter's arms, killing her in the process. Police on scene reported she was singing songs of praise to Jesus and was later found not guilty on the grounds of insanity. And when it comes to the antidepressant and antipsychotic side of the story, a staggering number of the most infamous mass killers in the last few years...
I need some... This video needs some antipsychotic, bro.
Psychotic side of the story,
What
a
am I-
staggering number of the most infamous mass killers in the last few years have been found to be abusers of prescription medication. James Holmes, the Aurora, Colorado movie theater shooter, was using sedatives...
I hate seeing this dude's face, bro. Like, I really do.
...depressant accelerator at the time. Adam Lanza, the Sandy Hook elementary killer, had been
This guy's
prescribed
fucked
a
too.
number of psychiatric medications over the years, including a controversial antipsychotic that's been discovered to induce psychotic and aggressive behavior rather than treat it.
Great.
Much like the medications that Claire is mocking.
That's a wonderful thing to create. Yeah, let's invent a drug that increases your psychosis. Let's invent a pill that makes you even more psychotic. Sounds like a great idea, bro. Let's pass out to the kids on Halloween, dude.
Children and wounded 30 on a shooting rampage in 1989 had been using both an antidepressant and antipsychotic at the same time. Now, medications themselves aren't up for debate here, but the link between psychotic rampage and abuse of prescription medication in the already mentally unstable has been drawn a number of times, and there have been plenty of cases where mothers murdered their own children in sudden fits. These two types of events seem to be the dual inspiration behind unedited footage of a bear, and we can plainly see it through all of the metaphors laid out. The bottom line is that Alan Resnick and Ben O'Brien are trying to highlight the same question many of us have asked ourselves when seeing this type of commercial. If the side effects of using these drugs can be that bad, why would you ever take the chance?
Exactly, I said that!
The commentary of oversaturation in the field of medications that aren't necessary and shouldn't be advertised is very clear. This advertisement from hell delivers in the same fashion Alan Tutorial did. It is all at once a modern parable, a horror story, and fierce commentary on society as a whole. Unedited footage of a bear will stay with its viewers for a very long time.
Yeah.
For those of us who have stayed
absolutely, bro.
The Clairgel music will haunt our minds every time a new prescription medication ad passes on TV.
Dude, and now every time I see an actual medicine commercial on TV, bro, I'm just gonna be thinking of this, bro. I'm gonna be thinking, well, dude, he seems bright and happy playing golf with his boys, bro, but he's about to end up, you know what I'm saying? About to end up beating the shit out of himself and slaughtering his children.
In the last year with the sudden horror short films airing late at night. No warning, no context, just a jolt of shock and artistic trauma sometime past 4 a.m. sitting alone in the dark with the TV still on. And I know I'm not alone. Not only has there been massive response to unedited footage of a bear and its predecessor Too Many Cooks by people who don't even watch Adult Swim.
Could you imagine, bro? Could you imagine falling asleep, right? Like you just said, on the couch. You fall asleep with the TV on, right? And then instead of waking up to George Lopez, you wake up to that fucking video, bro. I'm never sleeping in the fucking living room again.
Story of unedited footage
We're gonna have to buy a new couch, bro, because I soiled it.
Prior to this review, there was a solid agreement that we need more content like this in the world. I'm pulling for Alan Resnick and Ben O'Brien to have very long and successful careers in producing more content like this, and for Adult Swim to continue treating us to these films that are like nothing else being broadcasted. If you're with me on that, I'm very happy to announce that the infomercials block was recently greenlit for a new season. So within the next few months, we may see more haunting features from the oldest nocturnal channel.
Fire.
And thank you all for joining me on the
I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, bro. I mean, it's great because they're sending a message, but it's also terrifying because it's emotionally scarring. You know what I mean?
On the computer screen, or smartphone screen, tablet screen. It doesn't matter how you watch. It's just amazing to have you here. I sincerely hope you enjoyed our double feature.
I did.
Exits can be found to the left and right of the theater.
Mr. Nightmind.
Ways lit by a ghostly white glow on either side of the carpet. On the way out, if you enjoyed this presentation, feel free to deposit your 3D glasses in the like receptacle.
I got you.
Patron service desk if you'd care to leave a comment.
I usually take the glasses home because I'm a thief.
To our VIP theater club. Once again, thanks for joining me in the dark.
I don't think anybody actually signs up for VIP rewards at movie theaters.
For a medication you'll never need. I'll be seeing you again real soon.
Dude, bro, listen, dude. When I just watched unedited footage of a bear, just raw, no condom, bro, I didn't know what the hell I watched. All I know is that it was one of the most traumatic experiences I have ever experienced, dude. And then I sit here, and it goes deep as hell with the website and all this other stuff, bro. And it turns out that it actually has a message behind it. A very good message that I absolutely agree with, right? Because I was talking about it in the last video and stuff, dude. But that doesn't change the fact that unedited footage of a bear, yeah, it has a good message, right? These pills, this medicine, right? It's fucked. But they didn't have to be that fucking psychotic to tell me, bro. You could have just had some nice little white girl come on there and be like, hey, by the way, antidepressants, don't take them. I'd be like, all right, cool, Miss White Girl, I got you, bro. But instead, you needed to emotionally traumatize me to get the point across. Well, Adult Swim and Alan Resnick, I got your message loud and clear, bro. This was a great video, by the way.